there, how are you all doing today? I'm back here again. It's Bisola, and today we'll be talking about ways to overcome pain. Over the past weeks, we have been talking about the power of the mind and how to regenerate your mind, how to re-engineer your mind, and talking about various situations that we go through and how we can maneuver and recreate things that go into our minds and use it for our own good. So today we're going to be talking about how to use pain for purpose. So the topic for today is from pain to purpose. We're going to be analyzing ways that we can use and keys and tools and strategies we can use to overcome pain. So pain is one thing that I would say, in my own words, is inevitable. So we go through life. Various challenges come up. Sometimes you go through a heartbreak, sometimes you go through a divorce, sometimes you go through trauma from the loss of a loved one, sometimes you go through losing a job. There are different things, different situations people go through in their lives that cause pain. Now, this is one part of life that for some people it's inevitable. It's a path. It's a journey you're going to have to take. However, you're going to learn ways to deal with it. Some people get traumatized by different incidents, and there's some that don't even get moved by some situations. Now, it depends on your level of pain or your pain threshold. For some people, they've been through so much in life, so many experiences, that when these things keep coming, when painful situations keep coming, they feel that, oh, I've been there, I've done that, and they just buckle it up and bottle it up and keep going on with life. And there are some people that they have never even really been through pain or painful situations, and when these things come upon them, it just hits them really bad. However the case may be for you, pain is not something to come to kill you. Pain is not there to drain you. Pain is not there to bring you down. However, I've learned from everything that I've gone through in life that pain and crisis, however, has come to serve you. You can use pain for purpose. You can get inspiration from pain. From pain, you can innovate. From pain, you can invent. From pain, you can create strategies and new ideas, and new things can come to you. So we shouldn't use our pain. We shouldn't allow our pain allow us be victims. Instead, we should use this pain to bring up new ideas and new solutions and come and bring ourselves to purpose. Now, when we're in times of darkness, sometimes it could be for some people it could be the loss of a loved one. For some people, it could be going through a divorce. For some people, it could be going through a separation. For some people, it could be the loss of a job, and it just really hits you so much. You don't even know how to deal with it. So sometimes, some people often use that strategy of they try to just freeze, or they just fight it, or sometimes they just take flight. And we call it the fight or the freeze, or the fight or the flight mode. And it depends on however you have learned over the years to cope with pain. However, in the past few years, I've come to realize that yes, we really do need that time to just relax and understand what has gone on. Take time to reflect and deflect and understand the situation. And then after that, we have to take action. We don't just dwell in our pain. You don't just keep thinking about it and keep ruminating over it, and the pain keeps eating you up, and then at the end of the day you don't get to learn anything from it, and you just really kill your mind. So how can this time of darkness be used for inspiration for greater things? How can we leverage on it so it can make us wiser, so it can make us better? There's some key points that I will highlight here today, and these are not I'm not going to say these are the basic things, or these are the exact things, or these are the must do's. They're just things that I've used over time in times of pain to be able to bring out purpose from that pain. So first things first, I would say solitude. I love it. It's a time where you can really reflect. You can deflect, you can commune with what matters the most, you can get perspective, you can really understand what's going on and what happened to you. You can take time to think deeply, about whatever it is you've been through and why you went through that and the lessons you got from that and why that experience made you feel the way that you felt, So solitude is good. There are some people that struggle with solitude. They feel that when they're left alone all by themselves, that they will not just do well. Some people are naturally, they love being around people. So that time of solitude is actually a struggle for them to have. While other people thrive in solitude, they like that time alone, a time to just be all by themselves, to think, to reflect, to think deeply, to deflect, to commune with their maker, to pray, to meditate, however it is for you. Whether you're one that likes to be in the midst of people or whether you're one that likes to just be in the space, in your own space, just find that time of solitude. Using your pain as a fuel to commune is a great way to connect and get perspective. The second thing I'd like to highlight here is journaling. In that place of solitude, you can journal. So what is journaling? A couple of people have asked me that because I've spoken about it so many times, and then people ask me, what exactly is journaling? Does it mean that I have to have a little diary where I write things that happen to me the entire day? So journaling it helps you gain clarity. It helps you feel calmer. It helps you solve problems. It actually helps you track patterns. So if journaling doesn't have there's no specific model or a way to journal. Just get a book, a journal. You can start anyhow. If it's just a little notepad, put it by your bedside. When you wake up in the morning, it's always a good time to write. You get inspiration that way. So ideas flow through you, thoughts flow through you, things that have happened in the past, it keeps coming back to you. Then you write. You're able to gain clarity and perspective. Why did I really react the way I reacted when this thing happened to me? And why do I feel this way? Those are the things you begin to journal about. And whatever thoughts are in your mind, just pour it out onto the paper. Pour it out. Act like you're conversing with your paper and your pen. You find that in that place of journaling, your heart becomes lighter. It's like you onboarding your heart. You pour out your heart onto paper. You deflect. You take whatever is heavy on your mind, in your brain, in your thoughts, and you take it and pour it onto paper. What that does for you is it makes you a lot calmer. It makes you to be able to build empathy. That means you're not storing pain in your brain, in your heart. You're able to bring it out and write it onto paper, and then you just realize that you're able to go through your day easily. It's also a place where you can write out your visions, your dreams, whatever ideas are coming to you, you put it onto paper. In that place of journaling, you can really track your thoughts. If you've been going through a hard situation and you start to journal today, 3 months from now, if you go back to what you wrote, you would realize, you would be able to track how far you've come, the steps you took to gain clarity, the steps you took to get better. So it helps you also to track patterns. It's a great place. It's a great place where you can feel yourself, through your pain. Numbing your pain does not help the solution. Numbing your pain, just like we spoke about a couple weeks back about zipping up your pain and traumatic events, you just keep zipping it up in a bag and you keep going on with life and believe that that will solve the problem. Numbing your pain never ever solves your problem. So allow yourself to feel it. When you allow yourself to feel it, that's how the bitter toxins, that's how they get out of your system. And through that feeling, when you ride out, the bitterness leaves your heart, it leaves your mind. You're able to begin to build, you'll be able to begin to walk in gratitude and a better sense of, your heart feels lighter, You're able to work in purpose. You're able to walk and work in purpose because the bitterness just keeps diffusing day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. Each time you write, the bitterness in your heart, it just diffuses. Bitter toxins sometimes cause health issues, and sometimes we don't know. If you keep hurt in your heart, you keep holding on to offenses and things that people have done to upset you, you hold it in your heart and in your mind. Those bitter toxins can cause lots of health issues. It can cause sometimes heart-related problems. Some people don't know that the bitterness in their heart is what's causing their health issues. So the more you journal, the more you pour it out, the more and the better you feel, the better your health is. So always use suffering to your advantage. Never let that suffering kill you. Never let the suffering bring you down. Use suffering to your advantage. The next point I'd like to highlight here is to forgive yourself. Whatever it is you've gone through in life, we make mistakes. We are human beings. We are in the process of being. So we are going through this life and we're learning. For each step of the way we go through life and we learn. There'll be times we make mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. We don't use our mistakes. We don't let our mistakes let us be victims. Instead, we use these mistakes for our greater advantage, our greater good. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for mistakes that you've made, for wrong choices that you've made, for wrong steps that you've taken. Forgive yourself. Repress those feelings, repressing those feelings of shame, of guilt. It often leads to anger. That feeling of not being enough, not doing enough. It leads to lack of self-esteem. It leads to lack of self-confidence. It often leads to you getting angry with yourself, animosity towards yourself, animosity towards your maker, animosity towards others, sometimes judging others, sometimes judging yourself. It just keeps escalating. So forgive yourself. Whatever things that have gone wrong, whatever mistakes you've made, forgive and move on. The next thing I'd like to say here, the next point I'd like to highlight here is talking. Especially for people that are, for Africans, because I'm an African, so I grew up in that cultural setting and I understand how we have been taught not to share our heart, whatever is on our minds, things we're going through, the struggles that we're facing, and plans that we have. We've been trained not to share these things. The more you share, the weaker people make you. The weaker people see you. Or if you're going through a hard issue, or you're going through a health issue, and you begin to share, people tend to see you as weak. So Africans have been raised, our parents have raised most of us in that way, not to be vulnerable. However, moving from Africa and relocating into a different part of the world, I began to understand that talking about your pain, talking about your feelings, it really, really does help you. It helps you unclog your heart. It lifts up burdens. Just find a friend, find a trusted friend, a trusted professional, that you can speak with. Talking really, really helps. Research has shown that talking helps to overcome pain. Find trusted people to talk to. Sometimes some people will say it's hard to get a trusted friend. I used to be in that circle. I used to have those thoughts where I'll think that no, I can't trust anyone. It's hard to trust people. It's hard to find people that you can trust. But along the way, I started to trust my Maker. I started to trust God for a trusted friend, and I got it. So you should have that one person or two people where you can actually pour your heart to. They understand how you feel. They will not judge you. So talking really helps. The next point here I'd like to highlight is moving. If you're going through pain, don't isolate yourself. Like, I understand, how solitude can help. However, isolating yourself from people that will help you, from people around you, doesn't help. So some people understand that when they're going through pain, they just have to move away from people. In that place of isolation is where your mind begins to get ideas that don't favor you. So don't isolate yourself. Move around. Take a walk. Develop ideas. Take courses. Develop insights. Go work out. Go to the gym. Spend your time in the taking a walk in the woods, near the lake, in the beach, and let the environment just wash away all of those bad thoughts, those negative thoughts, and let it clear your mind. In that place, there's serenity. So just move around. The more you stay indoors in one space, in one spot, your mind is not being active. So you need that physical activity. So keep moving around and let go of all those thoughts. The next point I'd like to highlight here is, and that will be the final point, is Sabbath. Resting. Whoosh. There's nothing like it. We live in a fast-paced world. Everyone is on the move. You wake up in the morning, you get yourself ready, you get your kids ready, you're out of the house, and that cycle keeps going. It keeps going. You're out of the house, you go to work, you just keep moving, you come back home, you sleep, and then the weekend comes, you go groceries, you go get appointments done, you go on appointment, you get, we just go, and that is how a lot of us live our lives. However, take a day in a week and just rest. Just retreat away from the noise, away from all the, sometimes we think that we're really, on your days off, you think you're really resting, and you're not resting because your mind is so busy. You're still calculating things, you're still thinking up things, your brain is still working. But I've come to practice something that out of my days off, there's just going to be one day, and that one day I'm going to do absolutely nothing. Nothing is going to take me out of my house, except maybe to pick up maybe something very important, as an emergency or something. However, I have chosen that model, and it has worked for me for the longest time. Rest, and rest up. Retreat away from the noise. if sometimes I don't even pick phone calls. When you call me, I just leave my phone far away. I don't want. I just try to minimize everything around me. Devices are far from me. You probably not even see me watch TV. I'll just be enjoying my time with me. I rest. Sometimes I read a book. Sometimes I watch a movie, and that helps me to relax my brain. So I just relax and I rest up. So by the next day, you're all recharged up. It's just like a battery. When you have a battery in a remote, sometimes you use it for so long and it wears off and you have to toss it away. There's some times when you can actually recharge those batteries and reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. So we as humans, we're not robots. We still need recharging. So we need to recharge. We need to rest up so that we're able to be brighter and well recharged and good for the next day or for the future. So using all these tools that I've highlighted today, if you're deliberate about it and you're using it for the greater good, that is, you're using it as a fuel to be able to get rid of that pain. You're using these tools, journaling, you're using talking, you're using moving, you're using bath, you'd realize that no matter the situation you go through, you're able to find purpose from that pain. You'll be able to use your pain as a fuel to commune. You'll be able to use that pain to gain inspiration. From that pain, you will get bright ideas. From that pain, you will find purpose. Don't waste your pain. Even the Lord will not waste your pain. Thank you all. I hope you've learned from this little short podcast that I made, and we'll be seeing you soon. I'll be reaching out to you soon. See you in a couple of weeks. Have a fantastic time ahead.